Hi, I'm Chef Michael Voltaggio on the set of Bobby's Triple Threat, and today I'm gonna show you how Titans talk about vegetables. This is a giant hunk, I'm talking about myself. Oh wait, the cauliflower, sorry, the cauliflower. This is a giant hunk of cauliflower. I wanna turn this into sort of a center of the plate item. I'm gonna make a cauliflower steak. Cut this right in half in the middle of that stem. Then you more or less just wanna take this edge off. You can save this piece for something else. Sometimes what I do is I'll turn this into like cauliflower rice and then serve that on the side. So you've got your cauliflower steak and your cauliflower rice. I've blanched my cauliflower steak for about a minute just to get it nice and tender. I try and use similar spice profiles that I would in the meat dish. So I'm seasoning it with a shawarma spice. Cumin, coriander, turmeric, smoked paprika, a little salt, oil on both sides, a little oil in the pan. We're gonna start to treat it like a ribeye. That's pretty funny actually, because it's like the ribs of the cauliflower. So we're changing the name right now from cauliflower steak to cauliflower ribeye. Why? Because cauliflowers have ribs too. Season this with a little salt, a couple cloves, crushed garlic, throw that right in the pan, a little butter. Guess what? I'm about to baste. Watch. Sort of showcasing a technique that we've utilized for meat on a vegetable. Give this a flip. And by basting it with the butter and having the garlic in here, it's really taking on the qualities of like an actual steak or a piece of meat or a piece of chicken, a piece of fish. This is what's called a lemon cheek. Only cut into a very small portion of the lemon. That way, when I go to add lemon juice to a dish at the end, there's no seeds. So if you take the cauliflower scraps, you make that cauliflower rice, you've got your cauliflower ribeye, you can really take this one vegetable and make all of your components of a dish out of that one vegetable. You can have your center of the plate and your side coming from the same ingredient. We're talking about vegetables being meat. You can make a mushroom bolognese that will stand up to most meat sauces. The right mushrooms are hearty enough to make a good meat sauce with. I like to use meatier mushrooms. In this particular case, I'm using creminis. I like to just quarter it before it goes in the food processor. Over here in my pan, I've got onions, garlic, celery, sweated in some olive oil. We've got our ground mushrooms playing the part of our ground beef, pork, and veal. And see how fast it just sort of sucks up all that olive oil. Season this at this point. You wouldn't necessarily cook this as long as like a meat bolognese because you're not breaking down like actual protein, you're just cooking mushrooms. And so this is more of one of those like on the stove for 20 to 30 minute type sauces. Some crushed San Marzano tomatoes. Any base spaghetti pomodoro sauce or tomato sauce at this point would be appropriate for this as well. I like to put a couple basil leaves into the sauce just to sort of perfume the sauce with some fresh basil. And see, if you look at this, it actually looks like meat in the sauce. We're just gonna put together a quick rigatoni bolognese, but we've got a mushroom bolognese. Rigatoni into the sauce, a little bit of that pasta water. A little olive oil, a little salt and pepper. If you look at this, we've got a rich, hearty, beautiful rigatoni bolognese that's made without meat. All right, so here we have two hearty, delicious vegetables pretending to be meat dishes that could definitely take on the meat competition.